Yo, what is going on, boys? Welcome to a new video. So in this video I just wanted to go over my wonder character, my quote-unquote budget wonder character that I just got to level 100 last night. Quick map showcase. So the build is like super fast, zoomy, blows everything up. As you see, like shield charge, kinetic blast, zoom, pick up some shrines, pick up some loot. So yeah, show you the boss damage as well, so you know I'm not like baiting you completely. Just go over here real quick. Where is it? This is just a T16, 8 mod map, so yeah, pretty decent. Right, so why did I build this character? Why did I make this character? So we call it a quote-unquote budget wonder. It's like 300 div. You see a mage blood, you're like, bruh, that's not budget. But for the int stackers, this is very cheap. It only, to get started, costed me around like 300 div, I want to say. So I had a mage blood. I wanted to start a wonder character that just blasts maps. So yeah, the build is basically built around this wand here, which is a lightning damage to attacks with 10 int, per 10 int, and 1% increased spell damage per 16 int. So we stack a lot of damage through stacking int. Nemesis, which was like 40 div. The Mage Blood, which I bought for like 200 at the time. So I had a Mage Blood. I decided I wanted a character that was functional on a quote-unquote budget to blast maps. This is really good. It's really fast. So for the rest of the gear, it's basically all T1 int and extra ES where you can get it. So T1 here, extra ES, a bit of movement speed on the boots. We had a Chevron's Revelation. This was like 100C, I think. And I just catalyzed it for extra int. The chest piece, T1 int, evasion, ES where you can, and then we'll eventually start upgrading this piece. This is quite trash. I think this was like 100C. It was so cheap. I think all like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I put these all together for like 100C each. And then we have a max rolled instrumentus for the attributes. So yeah, it's basic. It's all just very basic starter gear. And also peep the Eldritch implicits. So we need the pierce and the rage gain on hit. We've got some. I don't even know why we have avoid elemental ailments because we're ailment immune through our flask. But anyway, yeah, it is what it is. Some action speed, some mana reservation, and the damage per power charge. The mana reservation craft is actually quite necessary because without it we have like near no mana to cast. So this is quite comfy here. All the gem links I'm not going to go through. You can just look at that in the POB if you want, all the gear and stuff. But I will go over the flasks that we used. So the chance to avoid being shocked, we used that for ailment immunity with the Storm Shroud gem here. We'll go over the rest of the clusters as well later. Now we'll just go through the flasks. A sapphire flask with crit chance. It doesn't have to be a sapphire. You could use like a bismuth to get your resistances up. This is just to help with crit. We have a granite flask with the elemental resistances and the quicksilver flask with armor because our fizz DR is actually kind of low. Sometimes you just get one tapped, which is kind of annoying. Going over the cluster jewels, it's a all attributes, all elemental resistances, and some ES with increased effect on all of those. Like, look, I just slapped this character together. Like, I don't even have these jewel sockets, which we'll get later. Very basic, very starter. We then have the same over here with all attributes, all elemental res, some ES, and increased effect. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys like what the starting point is for my character. I started it like literally 2 days ago. Just blasted maps. I used the scarabs, breach scarabs, and so I used 3 of these breach scarabs and 2 of the domination scarabs of evolving, the evolving shrine thing, whatever, and then just blasted on T16 Jones to 100, which was super easy. Also, just going over the merc as well. So we paid like 32 div for the Scepters. So the two mods that we want are the increased area of effect and the Wrath increased aura effect. We want 15% on both of the Scepters for the increased area of effect for 30% increased AoE total, so that when we're walking blasting maps, his Wrath aura is always on us. So these two here were like 32 div together. The gear honestly is pretty trash. It's basically just trying to cap your res and then get your lightning to as low as possible. So currently I'm only 107 for lightning. We can get that down to minus 200. We just need to buy better rings. Like these, I literally just slapped the merc together. These were like, I don't know, like 50C each. Both these rings for like 100C total. They're on like topaz bases, so they're just trash. But yeah, with just these two trash rings, we've currently got minus 100. So we can buy some better gear and then like Calandra's touch it for minus 200, which will be our next upgrade most probably. So for the helmet, gloves and boots, it's all basically just life and res where you can get it. So we did Fire Cold, Fire Cold Chaos and Fire Chaos here so that we can cap our resistances. We still aren't capped on Chaos, but we're almost there. Also was just editing the video and noticed that I forgot to say that ideally we do want to have super high armor on all three of these bases, so that because of this Doriani's line here, armor also applies to lightning damage taken from hits. You take less lightning damage based on the high armor that you have. So the higher the armor, the better also. Forgot to add that in. Immortal Flesh on the belt for some more life regen. And extra minus res for the Dorianis. So yeah, this merc is pretty much like all your damage. It's crazy how much less damage you do, but I mean, we still blast. So in terms of our Wealthy Exile, I also just want to go over like a breakdown of how much money we have roughly each episode and how much we're making, just so you guys can follow along. Currently this is around 280 div, but I probably want to just focus mainly on like these Divine Orbs and Chaos Orb totals, because that's more accurate. It's easier to gauge how much money you have by what's liquid. So we'll say we're starting at around 180 div this episode, and then we will start doing some farming strategies on stream, and you guys can follow along for the series. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.